Good afternoon. I am Fitzroy.
My name is Dr. Cuthbert U. Williams, MB. I've been in England from 1960. I came over as a 16-year-old from a place called Coleyville in Manchester, Jamaica. I joined the Royal Air Force at 17 and a half. I served for 5 years. I got demobbed in Oxbridge in Middlesex, and I got married to a Guyanese girl called Shirley in 1967, and we're still together. At the moment I'm her carer, so she's diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so I'm her carer.
Okay, so
I do dialysis 3 days a week, and yeah, it's my life.
Okay.
I joined up in June 1961. My first training camp was in Bridgnorth in Staffordshire.
Okay.
And that's where all the RAF goes to train. And then I was posted to Waddington in Lincoln.
Okay.
That was my first camp. After that I went to Germany.
Okay.
I served in Germany in a place called RAF Bruggen in Germany. I came to England from Germany. I came to England and I was stationed at Oxbridge in Middlesex, from where I got demobbed.
Okay.
I got demobbed in Oxbridge. I got married. After I got demobbed, I moved to Brighton. That would be in 1967.
Okay.
And I've been living in Brighton with my wife since. I've got 2 kids. They also live in Brighton.
Okay.
And
If you have a second chance to rejoin, would you rejoin?
of course I would rejoin. I joined because as a 16-year-old in London, I was getting mixed up with a lot of men who had cars and would go out at nights and have drinks. And I was only 16-year-old, but coming from Jamaica, I consider myself as a 16-year-old a man.
Yes.
Because I was working from a child.
Okay.
So coming here and working everything was easy.
Okay.
Because I consider hard work, digging the field, cutting grass, carrying water in the head, looking after animals. To me, that's work. Coming over here, and I worked as a cook in the Royal Air Force, and that was the easiest job I ever had in my life.
Okay.
And not only that, being a cook in the RAF, you get a lot of respect, because everybody's going to come past you to be served with food. They dare not insult you. They dare not insult you, anyone, because they get 3 meals a day, and you're serving them.
Yeah. Okay.
And everybody wants extra food. When you're young, you eat a lot. You know, I never get any hassle. I couldn't get. None of the cooks get any hassle because everybody likes them because they want the food.
Yeah.
Respect. So, yes. So yes.
So when
I really enjoyed it.
When you joined the Royal Air Force, for example, the food, was it something that you expected?
Oh man, when I first came to England, talking about food, when I first came to England, my brother was 4 years older than me, and I came to stay with him and his girlfriend, and they cooked, but when I went out to get food, all I used to get was cabbage and carrots and sausages and fish and chips and and it had no taste to me. So we used to buy the English mustard and put it on the food to give it a bit of oomph. Because we're used to our diet, which is full of seasoning and peppers, and you do miss that when you come over. But cooking in the RAF, really, I learned to cook English food, which was really easy. Salt and pepper, you didn't have to worry. You just boil the potatoes, salt and pepper, and that was it. The meat was the same, salt and pepper, and that's it. Even if you didn't put salt and pepper, they wouldn't even know the difference. Because the food was so bland. You know, carrots, you ever eat carrots without any seasoning? It's not the nicest things. And cottage pies, you know, these are food I never heard of. But it was so easy to cook, and they train you. So, yeah, I think that was the best job I ever had, was working in.
As it relates to climatize, how did you find it when you just start your training? Can you remember back then?
Yeah, of course I can remember that. I never had a overcoat.
No?
No, never had a overcoat. I came in 1960 and I came with my Caribbean outfit. I didn't have enough money to buy clothing, and I didn't feel the cold. I was lucky I came in August, so it was quite warm then, and I was really shocked that 10 o'clock at night it was still bright in Jamaica. 6 o'clock at night and it's dark. You know, you're indoors and you're burning candle and you go to bed. Can't afford a candle, so you go to bed. The sisters who used to study, they would have the candles burning. But we just went to bed, and you're up at 5 in the morning because daylight breaks. And you had to get up, and me and my brother had to get up, and we had to go and carry water. And we carry water on our head. You know, from the spring to my parents. If there's a drought, you had to do that, but when the rainy season, they had catchment for the water, a tank for the water. But that didn't last long. So we had to go to the spring and carry water all the time. And I work in the field. I work in the field, and I didn't go to school when there was planting time because your parents use you. They have a saying in Jamaica: you're as rich as the amount of sons that you've got. You've got to use them as laborers. You see, so I was one of those that had to avoid school, especially in the planting season or in the harvesting time. I mean, I remember we had to gather red beans that we have in rice and peas, you know, red beans. And my father used to grow them, and we had to gather them together, and we had to dry them in a veranda, a concrete patch. And then we had to beat it to the shells to open, and then we had to sieve it, throw it up in the air and sieve it to get the peas out. We did the same with pimento. That was the same. We picked the pimento in branches, and we had to dry them, and then you had to beat them to get the pimento off, and then you sieve it. He grew ginger. My mom used to have to peel ginger with a special knife that goes through the ginger. The ginger's like that, and they had a special knife to go through it. And then you had to dry it. And then they used to sell the dry ginger. And my dad used to give us the dry ginger in bags, like paper bags. And we used to have to take it on our way to school and drop it off at different families. That's how they make the money. The same with bananas. He grew bananas. And we had to carry hands of bananas in bags to people who order them on our way to school. And then on the way from school, you had to collect the money. Because you couldn't collect the money and then go to school. They turn you upside down and shake it on the you know. I mean, Jamaica is different, you know. So that's how we survive and things. But it was a life of luxury. When I came to England, I thought, tell you the truth, when I came to England, I thought it was a life of, I thought it was heaven. It was, you know, I got introduced to different English food. Toast and dripping was one thing that I did like. And I used to go to a cafe. I used to live in Southall when I first came. And there's this breakfast place I used to go. And the first time I tried toast and dripping, I loved it. Never tasted it before, but I loved it. So I got addicted to toast and dripping. My sister-in-law, well, my brother married her, she used to cook Jamaica. She was from Clarendon, and she used to cook rice and peas. And you never taste rice and peas like this woman makes rice and peas. It could float around. You could pick it up and just loose. It wasn't clammy. It was just loose. She used to do fried chicken, and her fried chicken was special. And she used to make stuff like cow heel soup. She used to do yam and bananas and plantain. And oh man, we used to have a lot of the Jamaican food. But when I moved to Brighton, oh, that was the end of it. And the only thing we could get in those days was what they call Carolina rice. which was like a pudding rice. They make rice pudding in England. And that was the only rice we could get in Brighton when I came to Brighton.